So, you're all probably wondering, how are we going to make this long-term travel thing work?
From booking flights and finding stays to packing our lives into backpacks and, yes, balancing work with all of it. Today, we're going to be sharing some of the tools and techniques that we're actually using to make this thing happen.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Rootless Roads.
So, let's start with where we are staying and how we're going to get around. One big thing with all the research that we have done is Airbnb has a lot of perks. Dom has done lots of traveling in the past, and he's done an integration of Airbnb and hostels. So we did look at both of those when we were starting to do our research on all of this. And when you book past a certain duration of days, you get a huge discount on Airbnb.
Yeah, up to like half off.
Yeah.
A lot of them, once you hit that kind of 28-day mark, the overall stay will literally be cut in half. So it actually becomes extremely affordable. Like she was saying, I actually traveled through Europe last year for about 3 months, and I did a blend of Airbnbs and hostels. Now, hostels are definitely the cheapest way to go if that's really what you're looking for. With our lifestyle, we didn't really want to share a room with 14 other 18-year-olds throughout this stay. It didn't really align with kind of the living in Europe, working, cooking, all of that kind of stuff that we're hoping to do. So we're sticking with Airbnbs, and our average price for the first 3 months, which is what we have booked in Budapest, Prague, and excuse my pronunciation on this, but Wrocław, Poland, is about $1,400 a month. So that is quite a bit cheaper than what we were even spending for rent in Breckenridge.
Yes, indeed it was.
Another great tool for transportation in terms of getting around once we're there is going to be Rome to Rio. So that's a 2, the number, Rome to Rio. So this basically is a comparison tool that will build transportation systems for you. So what we notice in Europe a lot is their train system is phenomenal. We don't really have trains in the US outside of New York and maybe Chicago. I don't know. So their train systems from country to country are absolutely incredible. So we're going to be using a lot of trains while we're down there because they're very affordable. Buses, their bus systems are also amazing. Ferries when it comes to kind of island hopping and flight comparisons. So Rome to Rio is really cool. You can just put in kind of where you're at and where you're looking to go. So for example, Budapest to Prague, and it'll actually give you a handful of options and it will combine the best possible ways to get there. So sometimes it's taking a train to one city and then a bus from that train station to the city we're actually going. It can be a couple of different trains, or it can just be one direct train, which I think we're mostly doing at least for the first few spots. So yeah, Rome to Rio is awesome.
Yeah, we purposely booked our first 3 months at places that are very close in vicinity. So we are able to just take trains instead of having to, our backpacks are so much to lug, but lug our backpacks around with us and whatever else we decide to bring. But yeah just taking trains between the first 3 places.
Yeah. And the trains are awesome. Yeah. Even when I was there last year, I did a couple like 8 to 10 hour train rides. I think I was in Amsterdam. We went all the way down through Germany into France, and that was just an easy day. I think train ticket for that entire thing was like $40 or something. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So another thing that we use to book our transportation is Google Flights. Google Flights allows you to put in where you're flying out of, where you're looking to fly into. It will show you different airports within that area, so it doesn't just hone it down to one. And then you can also do a flexible dates. Mm-hmm. So it'll show you the prices for all the dates around when you are looking to go. So if you do have a flexible time schedule, you are able to book around when is cheapest.
Yeah.
We love using Google Flights. It just makes it easy. It's all visual. You can see it right there.
Yeah.
One tip with that, when you go to book a Google flight, try booking through the airline that you are looking at the flight for.
Yeah.
So say the airline is Ryanair, book through ryanair.com instead of going through a third party. Sometimes they oversell flights and you don't want to be left without a seat.
Yeah. I would say avoid Ryanair if you can. But yeah, Google Flights is awesome. And it's crazy how big of a price difference you'll see by certain dates. But booking on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, even compared to Saturdays, can be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars difference. Obviously, not flying around holidays, things like that. I think our flights into Budapest for one ways were around like $450. So yeah, super, super affordable. I mean, it costs us $300 just to fly to San Diego. So one big thing that we kind of want to push through this is if you do it right, going to Europe can actually be just as affordable, if not cheaper, than just going to Florida or California for a vacation. So
yeah. Another thing that we found, staying in cities does help your pocketbook. You save that money that you would be spending on taxis, Ubers, Airbnbs, flights, that whole type of thing when you stay somewhere where all the resources you need are within a walking distance or a train or metro right around you.
Yeah.
So that's another big thing. If you're traveling, being in cities just makes it easier on transportation.
And metros over there are just absolutely phenomenal. They blow ours away by a long shot. Staying in cities is definitely awesome because you get to avoid some of that other stuff. And lastly, we're going to be making a lot of videos on this in the future because it's so amazing, is house sitting. So this is a platform that will actually allow you to house sit people's homes over in the UK, in Germany, in Sweden, wherever you may want to go. And you get to stay there for free in exchange for watching their house, taking care of their pets, and overall just is going to make the entire trip that much more affordable. Now, there are obviously pros and cons to all of this, which we will get into in our future videos. Next is ChatGPT, or whatever your preferred AI platform may be. We have used the absolute heck out of ChatGPT. It helped us actually pick out where we want to go for the first few places. It helped map out our budget. It helped map out where to stay in those cities, because there's probably better parts to stay, there's worse parts to stay, there's more touristy parts where there's more going on. And ChatGPT actually walked us through that entire thing. So any questions you have, ask ChatGPT. Something that we actually did that we'll probably make a video on in the future as well is we trained a custom GPT on basically our personalities and everything that we're looking for in this trip. So they actually have a voice functionality where you can speak into it so you don't have to type everything out. And Natalie and I basically took 20 or 30 minutes just walking through a ton of questions, which were generated by ChatGPT, to explain what we were doing, what we were looking for, that we wanted to really live in each place, that we were going to be in each spot for a month, that we wanted to avoid super touristy areas and neighborhoods if we could, our work schedules, everything that goes into that. So it actually really understands who we are and what we're looking for. So anything that we need, we can just go to that chatbot, ask it a quick question, and it will walk us through the entire thing.
Okay, another thing that we're going to get into is things that we are packing. As you all know, because we mentioned it previously, we are going in backpacks. This is not going to be the easiest thing for me. I love my clothes and I love my options. So how we're going to go about that, how we're going to fit, because we are going to be going during wintertime. So heavier pieces of clothing and all that type of stuff. First thing is getting quality backpacks.
Yeah.
You helped me with this one, but I'm actually using the backpack that his mom used when they went to Italy in the past May. So she was able to pack all of her stuff in that. So we already know that it has good reviews.
And we'll definitely be doing full on, like, what's in our backpack and travel gadgets and things that we're using in the future. We're treating these first few videos as very overview videos as we get started on this journey and talking to a camera. But yeah, like she said, quality backpacks are so important. All of these streets that were built over there were built thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago, a very long time. So they are all cobblestone. When I was there last year, every day I would just see tourists struggling to drag their giant suitcases across these massive cobblestone rocks. And that just does not look enjoyable at all. So, yeah, we'll definitely be getting into that, how we're actually making winter work. Neither of us have ever done this in the winter. So jackets, warm clothes is definitely going to be interesting on fitting everything in that bag. So we're still currently kind of working on exactly how that's going to work, which, yeah, we'll keep you guys posted and make full-on videos for all of that stuff as we get there. So we get this question all the time, and that is, how do we actually work while traveling?
Yeah.
So short answer is going to be structure. We're treating this as a lifestyle and not a vacation. So in past videos, we've talked about how we both work remotely. So that's obviously the first step to making money and working while we're over there. And then it comes down to, okay, how do we actually structure this and do it without, letting our businesses crumble?
Which we don't want.
Right.
No. One big thing and big difference between the States and Europe is the time difference. So that's something that we're not going to really be able to fully be honest with you guys with until we get there and we experience it. It's going to be ebbs and flows. It's going to be trial and error.
We'll definitely have to figure it out, but it'll be evening and afternoons if we want to match our time zone here in the US. When we were over there last time, we kind of made it work, not as well as I'd like to. My business is bigger than it was when I was there last year, so it's definitely going to take some more attention and some more focus, and just being really structured while we're over there, setting apart our afternoons and evening for working for the most part, exploring in the mornings, and just being flexible, I think, is going to be really, really valuable, because obviously we're going to Europe to explore and enjoy ourselves and immerse in the culture. Why go to Europe if we're just going to be working all the time? So, we'll definitely get a lot more transparent as we get over there and really walk you guys through how that's going to look.
Yeah. So those are just some of the tools and techniques that are keeping us on the road.
Yeah. So our next video, we're going to be diving deeper into the house sitting platforms that we're using. This is hands down one of the most exciting ways, I think, to travel differently and keep it extremely affordable, and maybe even take care of some pretty cool animals along the way. So,
So don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment with what you would pack if you're leaving for a year to Europe.
Yeah, and leave any comments on any other videos that you'd like us to make. We're obviously just getting started in this journey, and our videos are just hopefully going to get better and better along the way as we get more comfortable with everything. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for watching this one, and we'll see you in the next one.
Diamond Guys.